Hello, beautiful people out there. Welcome to yet another episode of Air It Out from Hubtaku. I am your host, Bonnie, here, happy, long ass day from work, but we back at it, Craftmatic, and I'm here with somebody who is special to us. Somebody that I came across, I want to say it was like maybe a year or so now, and we're gonna get into the origin of just like the interaction with drink, all that shit. We're gonna talk about that. But who do I have the pleasure of speaking with right now?
Simone.
Said just Simone. Like, no. We were with the Starro. Feel free. This is as Sensei would say, Simone X insert number here that is like egregiously over whatever the case may be. Shit is beautiful.
We reached my number already, so it's fine. It's over 9,000. That's what we was working towards. So I'm waiting. We made it.
I'm waiting for that nigga Sensei to hit you with the Simone to infinity and beyond. That's upcoming.
I don't think he is. I don't think he is. He should though. Tell him. Make sure you tell him. But I don't think he's gonna. I think 9,000. That's where he's at right now.
Shout out Sensei. Shout out AAD and all the wonderful people. Right now, I want to put the focus on you.
Oh boy.
The first thing we always do with these Air It Out episodes, the very first thing we always do is we grant you the ability to air it out on any specific topic. So like, this is your chance to come in. You could say something along the lines of like, I feel like, you could say, I think Sailor Moon is great because X, Y, or Z. You could say, I'm not really fucking with this anime right here because of this or that. It could be about anything. You could come in, and as much as it pains me to say, you could simp on 2D men if you wanted to. This is your space to do so for any given moment. I am allotting that to you.
Okay. Damn, I feel like I'm not prepared. Simping aside, I guess I was gonna. Black Clover is not as terrible as everyone says it is. Okay, y'all gotta give it a chance. What's that face?
No. Listen. This is your space. I want you to allot the ability to speak to it, and I would never stop you, even if you lie.
I just want everyone to give it a chance. You know, criticisms are welcome. I'm fine with that. But people don't want. Can I curse on here?
Yes, nigga, yes.
Oh, thank you. Niggas be like, I don't fuck with it because Asta yells like a Naruto clone. It's not a Naruto clone. Asta does yell, but so does Luffy and Naruto. So, and those are y'all faves. So I don't know. I don't know. It's not like Naruto, like I said. He yells, but he gets better. There are some criticisms there to be had, but I just implore everyone to try it and see for themselves. It's actually a great story. It's not the best. It's not perfect by all means, but it's pretty good. And Ichigo is the best character out the big three. I don't know.
Wow. No. You're not just gonna. Hey, you know what? Like any One Piece land, I'm with. Fuck Luffy. We could say that. We could double down.
Okay, I'm not gonna say fuck Luffy, but
fuck Luffy.
So like, I'm at Marineford right now, so people are like, my opinions of Luffy gonna change around this arc, but as of now, well, prior to this arc, I didn't really care about him really too much. I was like, I don't know why y'all like go crazy over this man, like boy, I should say, because he's just there. Like the side characters are more interesting to me, but you know, as of now, it's gonna be Ichigo over Luffy. I don't think, you know, that's gonna change. Technically, it's Ichigo over Luffy over Naruto.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I on a prior episode I stated my opinions about Naruto and everything and where I stopped. I'll be honest with you. Again, I stopped really around the time they had the when everybody was going crazy over the Rock Lee fight. Bro dropped the weights and was like, let's get into it. I was reading the manga and I was like, okay, this is cool. Now Sasuke got this little weird marker on his body and shit. Whatever. Past that point, I'm like, I'm kind of done with this. And then they got an anime and blew up. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should have stayed with this. But nah, I'm kind of good. I'm stuck in my ways.
Damn.
I will say 2 points real quick. One, it's hilarious that you mentioned Black Clover because somebody, I don't know who said it, but somebody said that shit was medieval Naruto. And that shit is hilarious.
It's not. I don't see where it is exactly like Naruto. It is not. Like, there's a difference between shonen tropes and, you know, Tabata copying off of Kishimoto. Like, there's a complete difference. Like, I mean, people always be like, oh, because like Asta has like a devil inside of him. He doesn't. It's in his grimoire. 1. Like, 2, they always talk about, you know, but almost every shonen has like a broody dark hair character. So I don't know, y'all. Like, they need to hang it up. The Naruto fans, I don't say they sick in the head, but they need to, they're narcissists. They think everything derives from Naruto, and I hate it.
So my thing is, like, when we talk about anime and everything, I know how you feel passionately about One Piece. I know how you feel passionately, and the other way. I know how you actually feel passionately about Black Clover, about Bleach and everything. I want to know some more of like what's really in your arsenal. Like, and then I know we have the Sailor Moon connection.
Yes.
Shout out Sailor Moon, my personal favorite anime of all time.
It's one of my favorites too. Yes.
Also, and I know you commented on this recently, I posted this, but I just want to bring forward, look at this beauty. Like, look at this shit. I mean, I'm not showing off. I'm not.
You are
not rubbing this in your face or anything, but just look at
God.
Man, shout out the right stuff, bro. But like, so tell me more about what you're watching. Like, what's some of your favorites? Put me on.
Jesus.
And I promise you, I will give you the full. Like, if you say some shit like Fruits Basket, I'll let it ride. Go ahead.
Well, so I did see Fruits Baskets. It's great. So, but when I'm watching, okay, we'll talk about that later.
I'm joking.
What I'm watching currently, oh boy, I'm watching like I juggle too much. So like, I'm currently watching Free, Iwatobi Swim Club. Like I picked that back up again. I actually started Blue Lock like yesterday, 2 days ago. So I don't know. I'm in like a sports kick, and I'm not the biggest like sports anime person, but I was like, let me try this out. Okay. What else I've been watching? I finished watching The Ice Guy and His Cool Female Colleague for the winter.
Please don't spoil that because I'm still a couple episodes back.
It's really good.
Yo, I'm at the episode where the episode just passed where they were getting all these like little, I think, stickers or something, or like little animal things. No, I'm lying to you. I'm on the episode where they went to the amusement park.
Oh, that's such a cute episode.
It is.
It's all like, cute. I love it.
It's cute and it's adorable, but it's like, bro, can y'all fuck already, please? Like, get to the damn fucking part.
No, it's wholesome. We're still in wholesome land. Let us be in wholesome land for a little bit longer. But it's really good. Tomo-chan is a girl I've been watching, which I was surprised that I would enjoy it so much. Been watching Revenger. I took a break off of that because I don't think it's a good like week to week watch. It's good to binge. What else have I been watching?
Is Revenger different from Tokyo Revengers?
Yes.
Okay, because yo, I seen niggas talking about Revenger, and I'm like, wait, wasn't y'all just shitting on this? Like,
no, it's different. It's like an original anime, set in like feudal Japan a little bit. So, dealing with drugs and shit. It's pretty good, but it just wasn't. It took too long to get to where I needed to be to do week to week. It's probably a better like binge. What else have I been watching? I've been rewatching Psycho-Pass, about to rewatch JJK again. But that's really about it. So for what I'm currently watching.
Okay. And what I like about your actual taste and everything, I'd like live open my phone and I realized I was on Instagram Music. I was like, what the fuck? But what I like about your taste is that you go the distance and you actually let your life imitate that art. You end up cosplaying this. So there's a lot of different places I can start with this cosplay conversation, but I think the very first place I want to start at, the origin of this Hawks cosplay that was at last DreamCon.
Yo, everyone keeps talking about this Hawks cosplay. I love it though. I'm not even mad. So Hawks is one of my favorite characters of My Hero. He's also my 2D husband. I can't believe I said that out loud like that, but whatever.
I'm gonna let you have it. Fine. Yeah, I'm gonna let it rock.
But I just think his like character design is so cool. So I was just like, I knew for DreamCon, I was like, I want to do Hawks automatically. So I, started get to planning. Everything that I bought except for probably the headphones and the glasses, I got off of Etsy. So, which was cool. And the skirt, I got the skirt from Amazon as well. Nice. But because I knew like I was not gonna wear pants at all. I was like, it's too fucking hot for that shit. Definitely gonna do a skirt. So, and I'm happy it came out so well because I was nervous that like nothing was gonna fit, especially like the top. But it came out well and it turned to like a little crop top because my titties. But yeah, I'm not mad about that. So I wasn't mad about that. Everyone talks about the wings, which I did get off of Etsy because I knew I wanted like I didn't want to do like the little wings that people will do or like have him wingless. Like I'm like the wings is what make Hawk. So I was like, I
Yep.
have to get the wings. So I did all that, got the gloves off of Amazon too. But I was like, I know I'm gonna be on my phone, so I was like, I can't do regular gloves. So I just did like little leather gloves. Um, and yeah, enjoyed like the styling part of it. And I don't really like wigs. I'm not like the best with hair, like styling and all that stuff. So I try to like revolve my cosplays around my natural hairstyle. So I knew I wanted to do locks, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do blonde. So I'm just gonna like revolve all my cosplays around that. So
Bodied it, by the way. And
thank you.
like, I first of all, as far as wearing a wig goes, I wore my wig for the first time. This was at AWA, I think it was. I did Mankind from wrestling.
Yes.
It was October. It was Halloween season. I was walking around with that wig like, fam, I don't get how women do this shit regularly, G. Like the amount of sweat that I
God,
had and everything. I'm already
yes.
like a husky nigga as is. So like having to walk around with all that shit, dealing with it, bro. I'm already dealing with under boob sweat. It's all bad vibes all around. And I'm like, fam, this is one of those premier moments where I look at guys and I say, bro, let's stay out of women's business.
Facts, thank you. Because it's not easy. And I sweat in my head a lot. So it's like I was trying to avoid wearing wigs, all that shit at cons. When I'm at home doing cosplays, I'll put it on. I hope for the best.
Mm-hmm.
That it looks good and all that shit. But like outside of that, like if I'm out in a convention, I try to just really do my natural hair. It's just easier that way, less for me to worry about.
That's a fact. And I remember specifically, I think that y'all recently reposted this video too. How I think it was Ari who shot it. Was it Ari and Nay?
It was
Um
airy, yes.
Nigga took his body and swung it
Looking to the
to the
side.
side. That shit was hilarious. Cause I'm like, as I'm thinking, I'm like looking at I'm like, how the fuck did you get that to Texas anyway?
So that
Walk
was
me through
all
this.
that was all. I was freaking out because I had to I was like, okay, put it in my luggage. Did not fit because I didn't want to fuck up the wings. So I kept I ordered like a bunch of big duffels. Well, I ordered one and it didn't, it was too big still. I was like freaking out. I was like, call my best friend. She was like, let me find some for you. So like she found a couple and I bought two just in case. And they both fit in both of them. So I just put it all. Now it's my cosplay bag. I put all my shit in there now. uh, so I just dropped it in there, and I flew United, so I told them that it was fragile, even though it's like foam. So I'm just like, it's not gonna fuck up, but I just had to make sure. So that's how I did it. It was close though, because I almost gave up because I was like, some of the other ones that I was thinking of purchasing, it wasn't gonna come in time, and I was like, why
Yeah.
did I wait so long to do this shit? So con crunch is not fun. I've learned my lesson.
But we love when a good plan comes to like everything
Yes,
comes into fruition and you bodied that shit. What I
thank you.
want to know is what we talking about for DreamCon 2023. Can you
Oh
give us a
boy.
sneak peek? What we doing? Because you got to show that up now. So
That's the thing, yo. That's what I was saying. I was like, bro, why did I do this to myself? I was gonna be regular, and now I can't because niggas is like, what do you do for DreamCon? Um, so I'm only cosplaying 2 days because 3 days is just too much and it's a
yep.
lot of money. So I already decided from last year I wanted to do the Bomb Devil Reze. So I have her helmet and everything. I need to get the rest of her cosplay, but I have her helmet and it's 3D printed all the other stuff. Shout out to Etsy.
Yo, Etsy, bro. We are not endorsed by Etsy, but we fuck with Etsy in this household.
Niggas forget to check Etsy. There's a lot of
Yo,
shit that you can get, props, all that shit. Whatever you need, it's on
Etsy,
Etsy.
bro. Etsy got that motherfucker on lock, G.
Yes. So I have to paint it and sand it. So that's gonna be a whole project. I'm a little nervous about it, but the seller's really nice and he has instructions, and I've been messaging him back and forth about what's the best process to go about it. And he's been really nice and he gave me some tips and stuff. So hopefully it fits. I had to measure it and everything like that, so it's fine. I do have to get the rest of her stuff, which is the apron. I thought I saw it on Etsy somewhere, but it's not. So I'm gonna have to go to Easy Cosplay or some shit. So
Yeah.
I don't make things myself. So I'm like, if someone could do it and I have the money, I'll do it that way. So, but I'm doing her and I'm excited. Hopefully it all comes out well. And then I know Saturday they've been talking about doing a bleach meetup. So at first I was gonna do Unahana, but then one of my friends is doing it. So last minute I decided I'm just gonna do Kenpachi. So it's the battle of the Kenpachis.
The battle of the Kenpachis.
Yes.
Yo, I fuck with that. My thing is, as far as DreamCon cosplays go, I have no idea what I'm doing. If I even cosplay, I got one in mind that I'm thinking about. I'm not entirely sure.
What is it?
So I don't know if you're heavy into video games any like that, right? There is game Super Mario Sunshine.
Okay.
So it's literally Mario, but
Okay.
like he's more like he has a Hawaiian shirt on and he has like this thing called Flood on, which is essentially like a backpack super soaker thingy. So like
Nice.
yeah, and I'm sitting here thinking I'm having the same problem with you. I'm like, how the fuck would I get this through TSA? Like again, we're not endorsed, but shout out United. They usually hold it down,
Yes.
but now I'm like, do I really even want to carry this shit? Because again, I sweat. We going to Texas. I have to put this on. That means I have to wear pants or overalls. And I'm like, bro, I'm nah, it's probably not gonna happen.
Do
So
it.
I'm thinking about it, maybe. Cause we got until like July. My plans could change then. What I will say, sneak peek wise, last year I was supposed to do this is anime Revolutionary Girl Utena.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to do that, and I was gonna have my hair dyed pink and everything. It was gonna be a whole vibe. But then I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm kind of lazy, and I ended up doing Parappa the Rapper. So everything went well. And actually, DreamCon. Now I'm thinking about it. That was where we first met. It
Yes.
it was the
I can
very
remember. Yeah.
yeah,
I got that, man.
bro. We was fucked up.
I think it was like a little bit look on the juice, all this other stuff. Like
It wasn't night 2 of the that anime after.
yes,
It was night 1.
like yes. When I came after Club Dream, yes. Mm.
Were you at Club Dream?
I was. That's why I was.
Son,
That's why I was not at the AAD after party. I was so mad. I was like, damn. Like I came to after party. We was only there for a little bit. I was like, man, I could have went straight here and not have done Club Dream.
son.
No shade to Club Dream.
Listen,
Dream.
shout out Omar. Omar has told this story on
Yes.
this show like a while ago, but I want to revisit this Club Dream. So me and my guys, we bought a section. Like it was like we were decked out. It was gonna be a section and everything was gonna be a vibe. And as y'all know, I'm in a faithful relationship, but I was like, hey, like my guys here, they want to have friends, they want to bring people on. So I know they were talking to a bunch of people. I'm talking to folks like, hey guys, let's all get people to come in. It can be a nice little vibe, bring some attention to us. It'll be grand. So like imagine us going to Club Dream, thinking it's a vibe, everything's gonna be good. Then all of a sudden it's like people you promised are told, like, hey, come to this like section and hang out with us, to find out that the section you had was already overtaken and given to another person. Bro, I look nuts. I look
And they took one to
nuts.
get y'all bottles. Like,
And they had no alcohol. But again, I heard that wasn't RDC. I heard that it was like the actual venue itself. They got that straightened away. But by that point, we had already made our way to the AED spot.
Yeah.
Bro, it was kind of wild. I
Not,
will say,
not fun.
nah,
Not
it was
fun.
I think they running it back this year or something, and then it's in Austin, so I'm kind of hoping that it's a different vibe. But like, I'm more concerned right now with this boat party.
Hello, I'm not go- no shade of DreamCon. No shade. I look at the camera and say no shade.
Hey,
but like I'm
no shade.
no shade. All I care about right now is going to all the kickbacks, the boat party. I just want to be around my niggas. So that's really no official shit.
Yeah.
So I'm done with that. Like niggas is trying to go do karaoke, K barbecue. That's what I'm trying to do. So
I feel you. My thing is, it's like first of all, now that's a whole other thing. We talking about like cosplays and shit. I'm not concerned with a cosplay. I'm like, what fit am I wearing on this boat right now? That's my big deal.
That's what I was just telling my friend about that. I was like, I do have a couple of like swimsuits that I could like revisit, or I could buy something new. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out like the fits. I mean, I'm starting my training arc soon, so
Gang.
we'll see.
I feel you.
Shout
out to O. I did my training arc. I've been started since January. I took like a 2-ish week hiatus recently because I caught like just plot twist. I caught pneumonia. That shit was crazy.
God.
But I caught it. This was not last Thursday, the Thursday before it. Bro, my lungs was in hell. The left side of my body,
oh my God.
that shit was crazy. But we move. We good. So
I'm
everything's
happy you're
great.
good.
Yeah.
Thank
so
God.
like I just recently got back into the gym and I'm getting into the motion things. When I tell niggas by like July, I'm gonna be in there sexy as shit, G. Like it's
I
gonna
know
be a
that's right.
vibe. It's gonna be a vibe.
I know that's right. Yes. I love that.
Man, and speaking of, and there's just one more point I want to get off before we get to the next section. I've been seeing a lot of people on the timeline shaming people, specifically women, specifically black women, specifically black women of the heavier size, feeling like they could come in their mentions and make jokes and shit. Fuck you. Simple as that. Y'all only get 2 words. Fuck you. And that's that. Moving right along.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So, speaking of cosplays, let's talk about the Crunchyroll situation.
I knew you gonna. I knew that was coming.
Nah, bro. I'm in the presence of royalty right now, so I want to know more about this. Tell me about how this came to
Please.
be.
Oh, which time?
Oh shit. Okay, let's walk through the first time, Your Highness.
Okay, so the senior editor Brianna, she hit me up because obviously she was doing something about My Hero coming back for season 6, and she was like, "Can I feature your cosplay?" So I was like, "Yeah," and it was of course my Hawks cosplay. So I was like, "Sure." Boom, did that. Niggas went crazy. I was kind of like freaking out. I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I never would have thought. So, and then for 28 Days of Black cosplay, Lisa, shout out to the Wonder of Anime. She has a Discord, so for
Shout
creators
out
and stuff like
Lisa.
that. So she had yeah, so she had sent like I didn't even know about. So she had sent the link and was like, "Hey, like cosplayers, y'all should like submit this or whatever." So I sent that to all my friends, all my niggas, like, "Hey, get in on this, please."
Let's
And I
go.
just like right, let's go. So I only did it for like 3 of the categories because I haven't like done dream cosplay yet. So I just did like my first one, which was Mirko back in 2021. And then I submitted for obviously Hawks or whatever. So and then I did one for Tengen and I got picked like 2 out of those 3 times. So very blessed. In good company as well. All my friends are on there as well. So I love that. I'm all about like supporting my friends and community and things like that. So I was happy that, I know for like the photography one, especially like I told Cosmos, I told Huey, I was like, y'all better like submit y'all work in there. And they both got picked and I was so happy. I bullied Fi, like I was like, you better submit. And she got picked too. So
shout out to Fi. I just want to say I've maybe had like a few interactions with Fi, but there's never been a moment where I was like, damn, I don't fuck with you. She's always been great, always been nice. We actually ended up featuring her on the Hubtaku website at one point, I believe, for a Bleach cosplay, the Yoruichi, I think it was.
Yeah.
All around stand up nigga. I just wanted to make sure I let that be known.
Of course, that's my wife. What else? She's great. So
now, in that regard, there was one point you mentioned, and this was probably the last piece I want to say about the cosplay. You mentioned a dream cosplay. What would be your magnum opus? Like the one cosplay you do that I'm like, mic drop. This is it. This is the one. Like after this shit, like, bro, ain't nobody could say nothing to be about nothing.
oh my god, that's like so hard. So it's so funny. So it's 2 from Black Clover, only because there's like so many moving parts to it. So like obviously Asta's devil form, but like not his half devil form, his full one, right? But the real dream cosplay for me is Noelle's second stage where she's like decked out in her Valkyrie armor.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna like take a lot of work and planning and all that stuff. So if I ever were to do that, that's it. I've retired from the game.
Like, hey, yo, y'all young boys can have that. Like, I'm good. I already did
like,
it.
I'm done.
I don't even
I'm
want
done.
that shit no more.
Right. I don't even want to do it. So here you go. And that's only because like I feel like on a technical level, I'm gonna have to like craft because it's not like something that like people are selling or anything like that. So that's why.
So
but I also think it's like a dope design as well. So
yeah, like God, I'm off the top of my head for some reason is drawing a blank what it looks like. But when I do get the chance, I'm gonna look back into that. I do remember as far as Black Clover goes, like I know a lot of jokes are made. I've actually started kind of reading it a little bit. I will say the character design is phenomenal. That's never been an issue. I've never heard a person say the design of that shit was bad. Everybody's just like the story's fucking mid. I'm not gonna be that guy to confirm or deny. I just ride with the jokes because that shit is hilarious.
it's fine. I mean, as Pretty Man always says, to some people it might be like quality mid.
Quality
To him,
mid.
that's not it. But I hate quality mid, honestly. I'm like, it's either good or not, or it's okay. Like, I mean, I guess that's what mid comes in, but I'm like, quality mid, like, why are we adding an extra tier into this? Like, it's either you fuck with it or you don't.
Yo,
That's
quality
just me.
mid. I'm standing on that hill that
I
quality
hate
mid is an
quality.
actual thing, and I feel you, but like that shit too hilarious for me to not.
It is funny though. I'll be like, bro, quality mid for real. But I mean, I guess we'll go with that. But
I do want to
as of now, I
actually.
think those two characters.
I do want to actually bring up a point too. You mentioned on the timeline a while ago. So like when you aren't being the top cosplayer out here, you do like to
Absolutely
dabble.
not.
You like
Y'all
to
be
dabble in.
gassing me so much.
Yo, it's fun. I like gassing people up. That shit is
I
like,
know. I appreciate it.
hey, one thing I'm gonna do if you doing what you got to be doing and you showcasing, I'm gonna be there pom poms up like, woo, let's go,
I
let's get it.
appreciate it.
Yo,
I'm
I'll
the
be
same way.
hive.
I'm like, yes. Going crazy. Like, yeah. Like, I'm that mama, like, you're doing great,
You're
sweetie.
doing
Like,
amazing, sweetie.
you're doing amazing.
Now, I want to know more about though. You mentioned, and I seen a little glimpse of it. Like when you're not doing this cosplay thing, you be out here traveling and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
I,
I was. Yeah.
yeah, like I seen some of them posts and everything, and I seen like some of the places you've been. First of all, you going singularly on a trip and then meeting friends like at the trip on numerous occasions. That seems like a life goal. Like going dolo somewhere, meeting a group of people, you coming back with like at least one or two people, you could be like, all right, let's chop it up. Let's maybe go back and get lunch or do something like that. That's cool. Like, what
Right.
are some places for you personally you have on your bucket list that are like, all right, I need to be here before it's all said and done?
It's a couple. Japan is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Singapore.
Nice.
I want to go to the Philippines, Sri Lanka. I want to go to Tanzania, Ghana, Egypt. Definitely want to see Paris and Italy and Switzerland. I could be here all day. Panama. Like, there's a lot of places I want to go to. Like, I can't, like, it's hard. Like,
My,
there's a lot of places I want to go to.
So my thing is like, what goes into the need or the urge to want to travel? And the reason why I say this is because I'm somebody who, I'll be honest with you, has never been out of the country. I haven't been there yet, and I want to, but it's like it's just never been a thing. So like, I want to know from somebody who actually travels often or has traveled often to places outside of the country, like what drives that? Like where does that come from?
Well, I traveled when I was younger with my mom. Not a lot, but like we would go on trips and stuff like that. And I took a break from all that when I got older, started doing my own thing and all this other stuff. But then like I was just had the need one year to like go away. This is when like I think Bali was like a big thing on Instagram, like around like 2018 and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wow, this country's fucking beautiful. Like I want to go. And I ended up going on like a group, like with a bunch of like people I did not know,
Mm-hmm.
um, on like a little group travel trip. But after that, I was like, yeah, I gotta go. Like it's time for me to get back into like the travel. The world is so big and there's like so many beautiful things about this world, even though people are ugly. Like, but the world itself, the world itself is beautiful. And it's like, why not? Like, ain't shit out here. Well, at the time when I was living in Chicago still. So I was like, ain't shit out here in Chicago that I need to like constantly be around and see. So it's like, why not just go and try and travel? And plus that same year I was graduating from grad school. So I was just like,
We
let
love
me
it.
just treat myself to like going out the country for a little bit. So, and that's what I did.
So now I actually have another question to that point. I know I make like people make the joke a lot to you about this, about you being absolutely rich. And even in pre-pro, bro, if you saw the headphones that Simone had, fam. But moving right back to the topic at hand, it's planning for the trips and all of that, the financial aspect of it. Um, how does that, like, is it something you feel like there's a way for people to do that on a proper budget? Is it like, how does I guess I'm trying to figure out, like, for somebody who thinks they can't go out of the country and they might actually be able to, like, what goes into budgeting and what goes into all of that?
Um, I mean, it really starts with like budgeting. If you go on like a group trip, like with a bunch of like black travelers and stuff like that, closer to the trip time, I mean, they plan everything. So that's great. I don't got to plan shit, right? To book a trip, you have to put a deposit down and then they take the money out every month that adds up to the obviously to the trip. All you
Yeah.
have to really pay for, honestly, is just the flight itself and then like spending money and food money because you're not going to get like food all the time.
Right.
So that helps because at least you could budget money monthly for that to go into, your payment plan.
Right.
Because you have to pay for it all up front. Now, in terms of like when it gets closer to a trip, if people haven't like booked trips, what these groups normally do is that everyone's in a group chat and people are sharing like where they're leaving from and all this other stuff, and as well as like who they're flying with, and like you could also look on like Hopper or like Scotch Cheap Flights. There's a whole bunch of like a lot of websites where you could like check and see like when's the best time to travel, even outside of like going on a group with a group. Like you could
Yep.
check to see if you're very flexible with like the time, you could probably go when it's like not a very busy season, and then you could just do it that way. Now these airlines be taking like uplift and like payment plans and shit, so it's easier now.
Wait, whoa, wait, whoa,
Because
whoa, 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 wait, whoa, whoa. They take payment plans?
some of them do, yeah, like Southwest, they do something called uplift. I think a couple of airlines do like Klarna and stuff like that. I think United's one of them. So like,
Oh,
yeah,
so I just paid for this full ticket to Dream. Oh,
you could
cool.
do it like, I mean, of course, it depends on like your credit and stuff like that, but you could
Yeah.
always like do it in like payments. Like you could go, if you're flying with Southwest to DreamCon, you could pay like $85 depending on how much your ticket is every month or so.
I'm not gonna lie, this is no bullshit. I'm actually learning something right now. So what I did, and I actually just bought my ticket yesterday. I went on my favorite app to go on is search for tickets is called Skip Lagged. They usually be
Yeah.
having a deal and discounts on it, and I use that. I do use Hopper to check out for like round trip ones, but I went on Skip Lag, bought my ticket. It was actually pretty decently priced. But I've never used Klarna in life. And I'm starting to feel like I think maybe that might be something I look at. I have this fear and this thing of like never wanting to owe people or owe anything
I get it. Yeah.
except like Sally Mae and my Great Lakes and everything. But like past that point, I don't like owing people. So I'm really big
Right.
about paying that shit up front, do it, get it out the way, done, boom. But maybe that might be something to start utilizing, especially as things are trying to increase in price and stuff. So it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's there for. Like, shit, I be pushing on Klarna sometimes. If it's expensive or a firm, like, listen, I'm gonna do it. Like, if it's easier this way for me because I don't have like the full funds to do it.
Yeah.
But if people have like credit cards or looking to credit cards, I think travel credit cards are the best way because obviously you get points and you could use those points for so it turns to cash that could pay for your flights and things like that. So
Mhm.
there's like numerous ways that you could do it. But like I said, I feel like it's easier now to kind of like budget to go places. Obviously, you still have to have a budget,
Yeah, yeah,
but
absolutely.
it's a little bit easier now to like kind of book the flights and all this other stuff. So
Yo,
I implore Black people to travel.
I can't wait till after this interview to go make a dickhead purchase. It's gonna happen. I feel it. It's gonna be
Okay.
nah right on Klarna. Like, thank you, Simone. But I want to take a step back because you mentioned like traveling in groups. We talked about making friends and teams and things of that nature. A couple of groups I do see you affiliated with, and it piques my interest.
Oh,
Um, let's start with Slice of Anime.
yes,
I believe you're a producer on the team, if I'm not mistaken.
I am.
Okay, so walk me through how that happened, how that came to be, and just like overall the vibe with Slice of Anime in general.
So Cosmos had this idea. Shout out to
Shout out,
On Cloud Cosmos. He had an idea, him and Grant, shout out to Grant,
shout
to
out
like
Grant.
start this Black owned anime network, and he was looking for people. So I was like, I'm interested. So he was like very professional. Like it didn't matter that we were friends. He wasn't giving me no special treatment. He was like, all right, send me some of your writing, send me all this, tell me what you're interested in doing. So I was like producing or hosting, writer, whatever. So he put me in a producer role, which I was fine with. I was
Yeah,
like, great, because I don't have like at the time I was like, I don't have a setup to really do hosting or anything like that. So I was fine with that. Um But overall, it's been like pretty cool. Like everyone's like really nice. Everyone's like pretty chill. You know, I enjoy the stuff that we're doing because like they both have like mainly Cosmos have like a specific vision of how he wants this to be.
Right.
You know, adding value into the community, all this other stuff. But he doesn't want it to be like, you know, we have our little like debate shows and all this other stuff, but nothing like we're getting like good information out to the community. It's not gonna be like the shit you see on any Twitter. Like we're not having those like stupid conversations about like who you think has the best power system. Well, I mean we could do that. But it comes from very more like you know, it's based on facts and all this other stuff. So it's pretty cool. It's a learning process, obviously. Sometimes not like perfect, but like it also helps me grow as a creator, like the stuff that Cosmos has us do.
Mhm.
And because he's all about quality. So I learned a lot about like being a little bit more detailed focused on the things that I do. So but it's been great. It's been fun. I've been enjoying the stuff that we've been putting out, the things that I've been working on. So which reminds me, like I was on break for the whole month of March, but now I gotta get back to it.
You got like what, 2 more days? Hey, bro. Chop
And I'm
chop. It's
back to it.
time. Back at it. Let's
Yes,
get it.
exactly. And I know Cosmo's gonna be like, all right, y'all, producers, it's April 1st. So what are we doing? Like
Cosmos like, huh? So like, and that's cool. First and foremost, again, shout out that man Cosmos, all around solid nigga. I run into him consistently in the New York area at a lot of these spaces, and he's never not been A1. I fuck with the vision of Slice of Anime and what y'all are doing. Like, one thing that I had a question of is I seen the Meet the Team post and there was like 5 of them, which begged to me the question of, are y'all in all like a Discord talking, or is it like one group chat
we
with like
are.
50 people? How's that
Hell
working?
no, we in the Discord, of course.
I was about to say, because if y'all got a team of 50 people in one group chat and one of the messages ping off green, bro, I'd leave. Not Slice of Anime.
Oh,
I leave that group
absolutely.
chat.
Absolutely. There will be no order in that type of like environment. So I'm happy we're in Discord. Everybody has their own. We have a general one where everyone talks, and then everyone has their own separate one for like each of the teams and stuff like that. So it's cool. And then we have like, you know, personal projects, channel, you know, anime, manga talk, all that other shit. Cause you know, we'll still like nerds at the end of the day. So
Hey, speaking of Discord, I floated the message off in one of these other chats that you were a pioneer. I'm giving you no explanation as why I said it, but it's still standing there. So thank you. A true visionary, if you will.
that dipped, and I was like, "What do you mean?" And then like
And
everyone else was like, "I agree," and I was like, "What?" Like,
you see, like nobody gave an explanation. I was like, yes.
yo, I hate that. I was like, "What are you talking about?" Well, actually, no, Johnny did because I was like, "What do you?" I was like, "What are you saying that I'm not seeing?" But okay, I appreciate y'all though.
I'm glad you mentioned Johnny because speaking of that, that brings me to my next point. Let's talk about
I
Shogo
know where you
High.
go with this. Yes.
So, walk me through the Shogo High process. I'm interested in that because, first and foremost, every other week when I'm in them spaces and I'm listening into y'all, like, I love the vibe. Y'all actually recently were trending on Twitter too. And I was like, bro, Johnny, shout out to you for
No,
that shit. Like,
that shit is
it's well
crazy.
ran. Everybody fucks with each other. The conversation's great. Everybody has their set role that they bring and it feels cohesive. I'm seeing like a lot of structure and everything brought as well. So, like, walk to me through your experience with them.
It's been great. I mean, Johnny approached me about this when he first had the idea, and I literally appeared on one episode, and then I like dipped. So I had to go on. I had to go on like PTO because at the time a lot was going on. I think last year was like the first time I was actually taking like me being a content creator a little bit seriously, and I also was still working retail, so the hours, all this other stuff. I was just like, I need a break. I was getting burnt out. I was burnt out from like DreamCon when I came back. I was like, and then I
Done.
did AWA, and then I did like I was doing too much. I was like burnt the fuck out. And he let me just rock. He let me cook all this other stuff. When it came to like decisions, he was still like bring me into it. And I was like, you don't have to ask me anything. Like I don't know when I'm coming back. Like I'm on
Like I see
PTO.
you
Like
when
I
I
don't
see
know.
you.
Yeah, I was like I don't know, but like I was still in the Discord, like they was letting me cook, they was letting me chill, and then I decided to like come back, and it's been great ever since. Like I love that Caesar and Courtney are a part of it. You know, it feels right with like the 7 of us.
Yep.
Um, And I do like, the things that we talk about is very collaborative, obviously. So like whatever ideas that we have, like we'll bring it to the Discord and we'll chat about it. Nice little team meetings to talk about what we're going to discuss, all that stuff. So, and everyone's like really cool, and I'm friends with like everyone. So it doesn't feel like I'm just working with them. It's we're creating together, and it feels like a family. So
That's the thing. It's
I
like
enjoy it a lot.
when I look at Shogo High and look at what they're doing and just all around just the trajectory, it's really impressive because y'all just started. Y'all started not too long after Hubtaku. And I remember specifically when Johnny was doing the bare bones, like setting up shop, getting everything going. And I remember you being specifically one of the people that he was actually seeking after, because he was having a conversation telling us some of the folks. The shit like I knew it. He was gonna take a vision, and I knew he was gonna make something of it, and it was gonna start like he was gonna take actual action with the chorus. Then you debuted. I remember. I think did y'all start monthly at one point, and then it became semi monthly at that.
Think so. I think it was always gonna be like every other week.
It was always gonna be every other week. Okay, because I remember there was like one space, and then it stopped for a while, and then they came back in, and then they got like consistent with the every 2 week aspect. The growth, and I'll say like just as a pure listener, the addition of you, the addition of Courtney, y'all being back into the fold, shit makes a world of difference. And I say that not to
Thank you.
pander. I say that not to pander at all, but there's just something a testament to not having a stage of only niggas talking. Like
Yeah.
the duality, maybe is the word duality I'm looking for, but having a stage of just more different voices, more different opinions, more different sides. That shit is needed. That shit is appreciated. That shit is loved. And I will say they do a really good job of it not feeling like, all right, there's just two people on the side and then it's like guys running the show. Like, nah, that feels evenly spread across the board. So I wanted to give y'all kudos on that.
Thank you. The boys are very like big on that, like let women speak, like they let me and Court do whatever, like, and we love that shit. So Johnny Glenn is like produce a corner episode, so
I heard about that.
it's gonna
I
be
heard about
fun.
it.
Yeah,
When is that episode? I mean, this might come out
I don't
after that, but I
know.
want to know when that episode coming.
Actually, we don't know. I think Courtney was thinking about doing it like around her birthday in April, but like
Nice.
after the 31st, we don't come back until like after her birthday. So, you know, it might
Okay.
be in April. Who knows? We're still thinking about it, but it's gonna happen soon. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a time.
Hey, listen, I smooth appreciate it and respect it. Like I said, you got a listener in me. So um now what that
I
does
appreciate that.
actually, you made a good point about burnout and content creation. That leads to one of my final points actually I wanted to ask. What really inspired you to get into content creation in the first place? Was this, and I mean no disrespect when I say it, but it's always a good question to ask. Was this something that spawned from, say, like the initial lockdown, the pandemic? Was this something you were always doing since it's like, years and years or so ago? Like, walk me through that.
So I started actually like I've been like in content creation for like a while, like in my early 20s.
Nice.
When like because I'm big on like fashion and stuff like that. So when IG popped off and like fashion blogging and beauty blogging became a thing, like I decided to throw my hat in the ring and do it.
Mm,
I took a break when I moved to Chicago and everything like that, and I was like busy with school and all this other stuff. And then yeah, like the pandemic happened, and I was just like, well, at first I never thought about like getting back into it.
mm-hmm.
I did like before getting to Annie Twitter, like I only had just one of my friends, my best friend, like I could talk to about anime and all that stuff. Cause I took breaks from anime, but like me and her both got back to it in like 2019 and
Mm-hmm.
the pandemic happened. And I was like, I can't wait for her to like watch these shows that I'm watching because she's more of a reader. So I started being more intentional with like curating my timeline for it to be like Annie Twitter and all this other stuff.
Right.
And once I started like, I guess putting myself out there, I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to like try cosplaying. Why not? Like, let me just I was like, fuck it. So I just like did it and here I am. I didn't expect that I was gonna be like a part of podcast and like be a part of interviews and people like wanted to collab with me. It's something that I've desired because I'm big on like community, but like I just never thought that it would have happened as quickly as it did. I'm still trying to find my, footing in the sense of like trying to balance and juggle it all. But the plan has always been since I think 2021 to put my website back out there again. So, but featuring more like lifestyle, still fashion content, all this other stuff. Maybe I've been thinking of going back and forth, like putting like anime content on there. Maybe, but yeah, I've always had a desire to like create the content. I just like took a break and now I'm kind of like back into wanting to do it again. So
I feel that. And it's like, I'm so glad you said some of what you said too, because that was gonna lead into my next part. But like, I specifically remember you tweeting out the fashion blogger aspect and you wanting to get back into that. So like, I'm glad that you reiterated that on this stage. Now, the interesting piece is I want to know more so like the ultimate goal, the ultimate
no.
goal of a Simone Malcolm. Like what we talking about here? Like, and I know I don't want to pigeonhole you and just saying you want to do this one thing and that's it, because people change. But like as it
Right.
stands today, you looking at like I want to do that. That's one of my pinnacle pieces. What we looking at?
Well, I mean, streaming, I'm starting to like do that soon. So that's another one I guess to add to the Infinity Gauntlet. Uh to the Infinity Stone cosplay, all that other stuff. So basically, but I don't know actually. I just do this for like fun. If I make money off of it, cool. If I don't, that's fine too. So I don't really have like a goal. I just, why not like try it all. So that's what I'm doing. Streaming just like another thing for me to like, have people get to know me a little bit more and all this other stuff. So because I do play video games, which a lot of people don't know. So I actually play video games, so it will be fun to see me like playing some of these games. I don't do no scary games, but who knows?
Yo,
Maybe the
but
chat might bully me.
the scary games are the funnest ones though. Like
I know, but no, I can't. Don't
not
freak
even a
out,
little
no.
bit, not a little bit, please.
We'll see. We'll see what happens come October. The chat might bully me. Who knows?
Yo, we need that spooky Simone season. I need that. I need that.
Oh
That
my
shit is gonna be
gosh.
fire. Um,
No. I talk loud. Y'all don't want to hear me like scream at the top of my lungs. So yes. Next you know my neighbors are like, "Are you okay?" Like,
like yo,
oh,
you
you're
good?
screaming,
Next
right?
time, police come in, they looking like yo, bro, you good? Whole time you got your headphones like
Headphones on like, what the fuck? What you mean? Like,
I'm playing Resident Evil.
right, like what do you mean? Please. So, and it's an excuse for me to like utilize my PS5 because it's just been chilling in dust. So,
I love the fact too that you said like this you didn't say it was a hobby. Let me not do that to you. I love the fact you said like you like this, like if you make a career, some coins out of it, then so be it. If not, it's not. I fuck with that, especially you having the whole Apple Music background and everything. You like, nigga, I got my coin elsewhere. What you talking about?
exactly. I also just feel like there's nothing wrong with having like passion projects. I feel, and Ari has talked about this on the timeline a lot. It's like once you start making like money or you seek those things, then it becomes like a job. And she's like,
Yep.
things that I enjoy, I don't want to make it into a job. And I agree with that. So it's like content creation has changed so much since the beginning of IG. So and it keeps constantly changing with all these algorithms and new platforms and stuff like that. So I don't have time sometimes to keep up with all this shit. I mean, I can make a little change. That's fine. I'm okay with that because, inflation. But
Yo, dead
it's
ass.
not like
Dead
my
ass.
soul. It's not my sole like purpose into like creating the content. So it's really just to like have fun and it's a nice little balance to have, honestly. So with working the 9 to 5. So
I respect that. Like, thank you for having that open like discussion about it, because a lot of people think it needs to be this or bust, and it's like, no, it doesn't have to be. You can do this as a hobby. You can do this like as a side hustle. You can do this as whatever you want this to be. Just
yeah,
don't let it be something that like burns you out, overly consumes you. You're so overly
right.
fixated on this for no reason, and it's just now you stuck. You're unhappy. That happened with me a while ago with art. That's like a whole thing in itself, and I've just recently made my way back to it. It's like, let it. You got to work it. You can't let it work you.
Exactly.
Now,
Exactly.
this is the last portion of the podcast episode, and my favorite section.
Ooh.
It is giving you your flowers.
Oh.
So I'm gonna I want to actually speak to you directly for a second. So like,
Okay.
my first time ever like just having a conversation, coming into contact with you, DreamCon 2021, or 2022. What year are we in? 2022.
He's like
Yeah.
me. 2022. I do the same thing. I'm like, what year we in again?
Fuck.
Time. Yeah.
DreamCon 2022. I walked in. I had already knew who you were because I'd seen you from the Anime After Dark rooms and stuff. I believe that day you had on the Sailor Moon Vans, the platform ones.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, I too had on the Sailor Moon platform Vans, and I remember looking at you from a distance, like, "Damn, that's Simone right there. Damn, Simone got the same sneakers on as me right now. Damn, I should go over and say hi. Damn, I don't know if I should. Is this weird? I don't know. Like, how do I go about this? When it's public setting, what do I do?" But then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go say hi. We had a 2-second conversation, hug, and that was it. And then I think I went over to the side and got alcohol immediately. And you were already clipped at that point. After the fact, we ran into each other. I don't think it was necessarily at DreamCon again. It might have been at AWA. I can't remember. We had a brief conversation. But past AWA was when you and I actually started to more have a bit like conversation, talking, started learning more about you, but more about the whole Sailor Moon fandom aspect. I started seeing a lot more of the shit that you do. Thoroughly impressed by your work ethic, thoroughly impressed by the quality of the work that you do, just thoroughly impressed in general. I know you mentioned like, hey, if something comes from it, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You are one of the few people that I look at in this space, and I'm like, I could see you going a distance with this and this becoming something like an actual, like a legit career or something like that comes from it. And the reason why I speak to you and say that, like, is because there's not a lot of people who put enough care or enough just quality into their shit. But I could tell this ain't been your first rodeo, and it's become a lot more evident as you're telling me about like the blog and everything you had before the fact. You're not new to this. You've been true to this. It shows you got the leg up on this one, and I think it's only going to continue to get better and better and better and better. Like I mentioned, you being the anchor, like you being one of those major pieces of Shogo High. I mentioned to you doing amazing things at Slice of Anime. I'm excited for this website because I want to see even more of Simone Malcolm as the brand, the entity, as whatever you want it to be. And I want you to know 100% that you're going to have a cheerleader, a fan of me, waving the fuck out them pom-poms like, yes, let's go. We got this. We got you. We stand with you, for you, and beside you.
Don't make me cry. The hell?
Nah,
damn.
Like, dead ass though. I'm just saying, the reason why I bring this up is because it's like, I talk about this a lot with like my folks, my team and everything. Like, I'm not gonna act like I'm some major nigga or something like that. Like, I'm just very much regular. But I don't want to say I don't get easily impressed with a lot of things. I look at a lot of things and I see people really go for the fast food content and just the fast food things in general. I've never been a fan of it. It's easy and quick for likes, but like, there's no sustainability behind it. I can tell you put genuine care into the things you do, and just even just, bro, the Hawks cosplay. Yeah, you said you bought a lot of those pieces, but the effort you put into getting that wing, like those wings you got, like that's important. That's major. A nigga easily could have been like, all right, let me get a jacket and just tape some shit on and be done with it. Boom, we here. Like, nah, you went the whole 9. That's important. Please continue to keep doing that. Please continue to keep being you. We riding with you. Thank you. And I want to speak to the crowd directly, y'all listening and watching. I want you two to be like Simone Malcolm. You might not have the pockets or the funds like a Simone Malcolm, or even the general charisma like a Simone Malcolm, but at least be somewhere in the middle. Listen, you reach for the stars, you can fall in the clouds somewhere. And that leads to my last point. I want you to always remember to continue to make sure you keep your head in the clouds.